Alright, hey, what's up, everybody? I'm gonna try to film this again. This is my second time trying to film this one. I started, and then my mom showed up and wanted me to go with her out shopping. So, anyway, it's been a while since I've done a video. Excuse me for my background. I'm kind of sitting in a chair in my bedroom right now, so just excuse me. But anyway, I wanted to update you guys because it's been a while. It's been a few weeks. Actually, it's been like maybe like 3 weeks or so, 3 or 4 weeks, something like that, since the last video that I posted up with you guys. So I want to give you guys an update because I said I would keep you guys informed. So let me begin. Hopefully I don't forget anything because I started to eventually in the beginning be like super savvy like other people and like write notes and put in my phone or something, but I'm kind of lazy, so I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna just try to remember everything and inform you guys on what you guys need to know, or like the process of what has happened so far. For anyone else that needs an update, I'll do a quick recap. My husband had been trying to join the military for the last 5 or more years. Ever since our youngest was a baby, and she's now 8, so it's probably been a little bit longer than that. My husband is 27, 28. He's 28 now. Sorry. So anyway, he has a GED. He'd been trying to join for quite a few years, and he finally got the opportunity to join. And blah blah blah, the whole process. You can go back and watch my other videos to get you here. But anyway, on to the main event. Basically, we anyone that saw my last video, they knew that we were leaving to go to Fort Benning. My husband's graduation was at Fort Benning. It was his graduation was set for August the 9th. He had family day August 8th. So what we did was I made the decision. I took myself, our 2 daughters. I'm pretty sure you guys have seen them somewhere before. And my mom went with me. My mom's been a really big support system for me, and not just for me, but for my husband for many years too. So my mom, and my husband are very close as well. But we went to Fort Benning. We made the choice to drive to Fort Benning from North Carolina, where we currently live. So we drove from North Carolina to Fort Benning. It was about a 10-hour drive. Wasn't too bad because I made the choice to stop us over in like the halfway point, which was Columbia, South Carolina for us. So we stopped over in Columbia, South Carolina overnight. We rented a hotel. We got some takeout food. Went and chilled by the pool for the rest of that evening. Then just went to bed that night. Woke up the next morning. Checkout was like 11, so we basically hung around until then. And then we checked out and we drove on to Fort Benning. That was pretty interesting and cool. I mean, some summer fun things where we weren't rushing because, like I said, we left Monday and his graduation wasn't until Thursday. His family day wasn't until that Wednesday, so we had like a gap there. So we left Monday, we stayed overnight there, woke up Tuesday, drove on to Fort Benning. Now, put a quick note in here. You people that deal with Atlanta traffic every day, God bless you. That's all I can say. We got around the Atlanta traffic around lunchtime, and it was like very hectic. Even though we were doing like the interstate, those interstates that are nearby, like the Atlanta airport and stuff. Jesus Christ! But we finally got to Fort Benning. We got to Fort Benning about 4:30ish or something like that. Anyone that knows a lot of the Army lodging, you cannot check in until 4 p.m. I did opt for us to stay on post at in Army lodging, and we stayed at Gavin's house, which is one of Fort Benning's online lodgings. They have Abrams Hall, and which is a new one, like really big. It's beautiful, big one. And they have Gavin's house, which is a little bit smaller, but it's amazing on the inside because they totally renovated it, so it's very nice on the inside. I chose for to stay on post, and I'm kind of happy I did because honestly, when we got to Fort Benning, the outside community, I don't want to be like rude or anything, but from what I saw, it was like really, what's the word I'm looking for? Like really rough. That's all I can really say. Very rough looking community on the outside. So, but we had opted to stay on post. We stayed at Gavin's house. Um, sorry, someone texted me. Basically, what you do, it was pretty easy for us to get on post and to get what we needed. Most people had to go and get like go to the visitor center to get visitors passes for them to get on base, and that was for like the graduation was not on base, but you had to go on base for the family to pick them up. But for us to get on base and to stay in Army lodging, it was pretty simple because I have a military ID already, and our older daughter, she's 14, she has a military ID already also. So I just basically got to the gate. I just showed them my military ID. My daughter showed hers. My mom just showed her state of North Carolina driver's license. If you guys have a driver's license or you have a government ID and you have someone that has a military ID, that's much easier for you guys just to go ahead and get on base without having to wait in the visitors center, which it got a little hectic in the visitor center for people I could see when we were passing by. For family day and graduation day, people were trying to get like their passes, and it was like a really long line for people to get them. So I was kind of thankful we didn't have to do any of that stuff. So if any of you guys are like new military wives, you guys have gotten your commander's letters and stuff, you probably want to, the best thing for you to do would really be to go ahead and get your military ID if you can. Go to a local base that's located around you, and they have a deer center. Any base, like it can be Coast Guard, Army, Navy, Marine Corps, any base, because where we live there's no Army base like located nearby, but we live in a military community already because we live in the city we live in North Carolina. We live in the Outer Banks, so it's mostly water here, so the Coast Guard's here. Like my mom's worked for the Coast Guard for like 30 years, so the Coast Guard base is like literally right down the street. So it took me like no time at all to drive down there. I went and got my military ID from the Coast Guard here in town. But anyway, back to on subject. So anyway, you guys, if you can get your military ID, please do that early. Please do. It'll help you a lot. But anyway, I know I say anyway a lot. I'm sorry. I'm thinking. We got on base. When you get there, most military lodging, especially Army lodging, will have one main place like for the lodging that you check in at, and then you may stay at one of the other hotels. Well, they call them lodging on post. You may stay at one of the other lodgings they have on post, where there's one place that you check in at, and like they could have a hotel, lodging like here, there, like two of them back there. But then there's one main one that you go into and you check in there, and once you check in there, then you go to whatever place it is, other hotel you have that you're staying at. And for us, excuse me, we stayed, like I said, at Gavin's house, and we checked in at Abrams Hall. Abrams Hall is the main new one they just built on Fort Benning not so long ago. It's a beautiful hotel. But we went in, we checked in there. You know, they gave us complimentary stuff like, you know, drinks, bottles of water, whatever else it was you basically needed, and you were checking in, they gave it to you, and then they gave you all your stuff, and then they told you exactly where to go for your rooms. So we basically came out, and we had to like drive like next door. It was like literally Gavin's Hall is like literally like when you walk out the door of Abrams Hall, you just look. I mean, yeah, at Abrams Hall, you just look, and Gavin's Hall is sitting right there. So we basically drove out of Abrams Hall, made like a little U-turn, and we were right there at Gavin's. I love the way they do that, and I think that I will always request to stay at one of the little like side places, not the main one, because it's very like quiet, very laid back, kind of like on your own. You know how I really hate, I don't know about anybody else, but I really hate when you go into like hotels and stuff, and then like the people that work there, they're just kind of looking at you as you walk through the door. Like no matter you're walking in, you're leaving, they're just always just there looking at you type of thing, and this is really weird to me. But we went to our room, walked in, no problem at all. We found our rooms. Gavin's house has been remodeled. I really wish, I have to look through my phone and see if I took pictures while we were in the room, but I think it was more focused on my husband, so I didn't really take too many pictures. But Gavin's house has been renovated, so it's really nice on the inside. Like the room was very spacious. They have their own stovetop. It has like a large range microwave that can actually be used as a stove. They have kitchen sinks. They have the dishes, and they have the pots and pans. They have utensils in there already. It has a kitchen sink in there for you to do the dishes in. It has a TV that pulls out from like inside of a console. They've got a desk, charging ports. It has the bathroom area, very nice bathroom. The bathroom's a little small, but that's okay. You know, basically Gavin's house used to be the like a pair of like old barracks, I think they said, but they renovated them and made them into like lodging. But it's very nice. Everything there is totally updated. Nothing looks outdated. They had ceiling fans, which I love the ceiling fan, plus the normal air conditioner you have. So it's pretty awesome. But we checked in there, and then right across from Gavin's house is like one of the mini mall center things there on Post. And basically it has like a food court there. It has like Mexican restaurant. It has like a sub restaurant. It has ice cream shops. It has like a gas station type of store where you go in and buy like anything from toilet paper to book bags to hot dogs type of. It has a lot of stuff. It has shoe repair. It has a mailing facility in there. It also has like a thrift store. It has a lot of stuff there in that one little center right in front of Gavin's house. So anyway, we basically messed around the rest of the afternoon, me and my mom and the kids, and we hung out, and, you know, we went and got some food in the food court and went back to our rooms. We were kind of tired because, you know, like 10 hours of constant driving for 2 days. For us, it was a lot. For some people, it's not a lot, but I hate driving, so it was a lot for me. And my mom is like me. She's very dramatic, so it was almost as if we drove like 3,000 miles with my mom. And anybody knows traveling with kids, yeah, you know, if you have kids, what it's like traveling with them bad boys for hours and hours. There's like a gnat in his father. So we got back the afternoon in the room. We relaxed. We chilled. We didn't really do much anything else. We went to bed that night. I was super excited, so I didn't sleep that well because I was ready to see my husband. So that night, I started getting text messages from my husband. I got like super excited. I'm like, oh crap, yeah, he's texting me. They had given them their phones back that night, so he started like texting me, and we were talking or whatever, and he was super excited. So we basically like, it was the whole night like talking. So I know I probably like crap the next morning when they go get him for family day, because I probably had like bags under my eye, and who knows what else. But I didn't care. So I talked to him that night, and then I fell asleep. So the next morning I got up, took a shower, got dressed, and family day basically it's a certain time in the morning. You go, you pick them up. When you pick them up, they spend the whole day with the family. So ours was, we had to meet at Sand Hill. Getting there, Lord, y'all. I'm going to tell you, I'm not even going to detail, but if you're somebody traveling to Sand Hill to pick up someone in Fort Benning for family day, which is usually where they have you meet at, leave about an hour and a half early, because at Fort Benning, they open and close different intersections like throughout the, like every couple hours. So like you might be, like Fort Benning is so huge, you can be like on the interstate and still be on post at Fort Benning. Like I literally would be driving down the interstate and I'd be like, oh, okay, that's the intersection I need. Boom, I go there. I come back like an hour later. Oh, there's the intersection I need. Bam, there's barricades there and you can't drive through there. So you're just like driving around like a mad woman. Like I got lost so much in Fort Benning. I had like an anxiety attack in Fort Benning. I had to take BCs. I hate Fort Benning's roads. And I really hope that as long as my husband serves, we never get stationed in Fort Benning. Because I'm sure I'll disappear one day there. But anyway, family day. We went, well, not we. I decided what I was going to do was I was going to go pick him up because it's so early in the morning. They wanted us to meet him there. They wanted us to be there like 6 a.m., like 6:30ish, for what they called a quick release by like 7:30. It won't no quick release. I've learned pretty fast in the last couple months that the Army is a very much hurry up and wait, slow process with stuff. Like you can literally sit around all day waiting for the Army for something. But anyway, I basically got there. I waited and waited and waited. And then they, if we ordered like platoon shirts or stuff like that, they would have them there and we can pick them up there. We can pay for them and pick them up there. Luckily, I had pre-ordered mine. I'd ordered like a t-shirt for everyone, ordered like a hoodie for myself. So I went and picked those up. We went and sat down. We waited. And then you could hear them like marching in. It was Delta Company, which my husband was in Delta Company, and then they had Alpha Company, which was another company that was there with them. So they marched in. They did like these cadences. I think I have uploaded the Family Day pickup video up here. It's the one where they have on the uniforms and they're marching and they're singing these cadences. That's how they marched into us for us to get them for Family Day. And once they march in, they do some cadences, like little show of cadences and stuff, and then they release them, and we have to figure out where they're at out there walking around. So he got released. We hung with him like the whole day. He was back by like 6:50, I think it was. My husband kept getting the time mixed up, and he actually got back late. I was like hysterical. Not only did he get the time mixed up, but then we were lost, and then there was a car accident, and the roads were blocked off. So he got back like, I'd say about 5 or 6 minutes late. So then he had messaged me that night and was like, hey, because I got back late, they're telling me that after graduation, which was at 10 a.m., that I'd only have it till 12 to hang out with you guys, not the whole day because I was late. I was super hysterical because I'm like, I came all the way down here and I want to be with my man's son because I haven't seen him in like 2.5 months. Like, I became really hysterical. My husband is the type where he's very calm, so he's like, no, baby, just calm down. Everything will be fine. I'm like, screw that. I'm mad. I need you more than, like, basically, that's like graduation. Hey, how you doing? And bye, let me drop you off. Because you automatically know anything before being, you're going to be there about 30, 40 minutes, like, trying to figure out where the hell you're supposed to be going to. But anyway, graduation day came around. I did not quite get the whole graduation because I was busy trying to basically watch it. So I did get some of the demonstrations. It's probably kind of not blurry, but like shaky because my daughter had the camera. She's 14. She had the camera and supposed to be filming, but I think she was doing everything but that. I think I saw a poll in there somewhere too. Please excuse that. I do have some pictures from the graduation. I'm going to upload those, and some pictures from our trip down there. I'm going to upload those into like a little slideshow thing on here for anyone to see. This video is like super long. Sorry, y'all, but I'm trying to get all details into you guys in case anyone is having to go down there and do this. So graduation was pretty awesome. They had to wear their the white shirts and the blue like dress pants. Like I don't know if they're called dress blues or what exactly they call them. I'm not sure on the terminology yet. But we went to the graduation. We left the graduation. We went and got something to eat. And it was like as soon as we got something to eat, it was time for me to take him back because he had gotten in trouble for being late the night before. Which wasn't technically our fault because, like I said, there was car accidents and stuff, so we were stuck in traffic. And it wasn't him. He wasn't the only one that was late. Like, almost everybody in his platoon was late because the car accident had stopped traffic. So I took him back at 12. I didn't want to. I took him back. I was, like, really sad and ready to cry. And, like, my kids were all upset. It was just like, oh, my God, Jesus. So he went back onto his platoon. All the other guys that are showing up that were late, they went back into their building. And I sat there for a while. I don't know why. I guess kind of depressed. Sat there for a minute. And then trying to work with that damn Guidon. It's an app. Guidon is an app. If you're at Fort Benning, download, or you're headed to Fort Benning, download Guidon app. Okay? Because that app helps you. When you're on post, regular GPS do not work. So do not think that you're going to get on post and then use a regular GPS because it does not work on post. It will have your ass like driving around in circles. Like, don't do it to yourself, okay? There's an app called Guide On. It has like a little green flag on it that tells you exactly where everything is located at on post, and it gives you directions to those on post. Now, it ain't the most clearest because the homegirl had me driving in some circles and around some neighborhoods that I had no idea where the hell I was at. But Guide On will help you a lot. But, back to what I was saying. I took my husband and dropped him off. We said our goodbyes. Well, we don't say goodbye. We say see you later. So we said I'll see you later and everything. And he left and he went back. I was sitting out there working with that GPS trying to figure out where the hell we were going back to get to the hotel room. Because by that time, I was just over it. And then my husband called me. He's like, hey, where are you? I'm like, I'm getting ready to pull out the parking lot, but I'm still out here. He said, oh, don't go anywhere. They told us we could leave again, but we just had to just show back up. And say that we can be somewhere on time. I'm like, okay, so I got super excited. Anyway, I got to hang with him the rest of that day. And after his graduation, hung out with him. You spent time with him. The kids got to spend some time with him. And then it came to dropping him off that Thursday night back at the barracks where they were staying at, Delta Company was staying. I was like so sad. I'm like, this is like, oh, but that day, after I picked him back up, one of his friends was at the barracks where like his family never came, and he was just sitting there. So my husband came out to the car and he's like, hey, you know, Brian's here by himself, nobody's here with him, do you mind if he hangs out with us? And I told him, I said, you know what, sure. So Brian came with us, hung out with us. He'll be in some of the pictures I show you guys. Really cool guy. Brian, hey, if you ever see him in any of my videos, or hopefully see you again soon. He was headed to Louisiana for his AIT. But we took my husband back, dropped him off the second time. After we dropped him off, said I'll see you later and everything, back to the room, hotel room. The next morning, woke up, we were checking out that day. My husband had messaged me. They were supposed to be on a plane. I have no idea what the hell Fort Benning did, but it ended up putting everyone that was going to Missouri, because my husband is now in Missouri at AIT. He's a 88 Mike, which is motor transportation. So they put all of them on a bus and drove them to Missouri, which is kind of weird to me, because they actually put people on a plane to go to Virginia, but then put them on a bus to be driven to Missouri. Long story with that. But anyway, they drove them up to Missouri. He was headed to Missouri already. And the next morning, Friday morning, when I woke up, I think they said they left at like 4:30, 5 o'clock, headed to Missouri. So me and the girls, my mom, we got up, we checked out the hotel, we started heading back to North Carolina. In the meantime, my husband was headed to Missouri. Yeah, so he's been in Missouri now and at AIT for, yesterday made 2 weeks that he's been at AIT. His MOS school, AIT, is 6 weeks for him. 6 weeks, 4 days. So we still got 4 weeks left. AIT is okay so far, I guess, for him. He's a little more freedom, a few more extra things he gets to do, not as stressful, no yelling like it was before. They still yell, but nothing like it was. And it's a little more liberating, but they still have to go all, at this point in time, he's still in the new stage for AIT, so they're still marching them to, like, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. They still have, like, super early morning PT. They still are not allowed to really go anywhere or do anything or have their phones right now. They're going to have their phones, said they got, like, 2 weeks, and then they get their phones, there, but I've constantly kept up with my husband pretty well. I did have to send him, I ordered it on the exchange website and had it mailed directly to him. But I did have to send him a blanket set, sheet set, and a pillow. For him to have one for his bed and stuff there. But, yeah, pretty much so, you know, he's been there for 2 weeks. They did just the other day on Wednesday. Today is Saturday. They did Wednesday give us our first duty station orders. These are soft orders, I'm guessing, but still, you know, our first station. We are going to be headed to Fort Eustis, Virginia. We were a little bit bummed about that because we're from these areas, like the Outer Banks, Virginia Beach, Norfolk. We're from these areas. We're born and raised here. Well, I wasn't born here. I was born in Raleigh, but my mom, like I said, we moved here. My mom's worked for the Coast Guard, so we've been in these areas our whole life. So we're a little bit bummed. We really did not want Virginia. Like I said, these are still his soft orders, so they could possibly change, but more than likely, we're still going to end up going to Fort Eustis, Virginia, right now. So, hey, anybody that have to be in Fort Eustis, send me a message. I would love to connect with someone. I'm kind of not a people person, but I still like to just talk to people, I guess, occasionally. But we're going to be headed to Fort Eustis right now. I am trying to get info on housing there. I actually had my husband went to JAG at Fort Leonard Wood and had him draw me up a power of attorney, which we were supposed to do before he left, but we never got to it. But my husband's drawn me a power of attorney so that I can do the housing, and we have cars and vehicles in both of our names. Just anything basically needs to get done, I can get it done whenever he's here. He's not here. But he went to JAG. He had a POA done for me, so that I can handle business if he's not around. And we also have a daughter. Well, I have a daughter. My oldest daughter is not biologically his, but she's his in every other way. That's daddy to her, and that's his baby to him. But we're trying to get an adoption paperwork done for her with that, and we're working through that process. So we went to go talk to Jag about getting the POAs done and about the adoption paperwork we need to get done. Step parent adoption paperwork needs to be done. So, but yeah, anyway, we're going to be, you guys, in Fort Houston. Will be our first duty station. I'm a little bit excited about this, ready to start this journey, but more than anything, I'm pretty excited because I'm actually ready to get my husband back. It's been a while. It's been a while, y'all. It's been like freaking almost 4 months since I've like been with my husband, been able to chill with my husband, except for like 2 days. And this is pretty weird because it's going from me and my husband spending like every moment together to like not even being around each other at all. So it's all still kind of new to us. We're all still working through the situation. But I'm going to end this video because it's like pretty long. It's already at 25 minutes and counting. Like I said, this is all, like I said, a new learning experience to us. And it's a blessing to even be here because for so long we have actually tried to get here and we couldn't get to this point. There was always something blocking. Like I said, my husband, he tried for years to join the Army, the active duty Army, and he has a GED. And it was like, we were always like, something always came up and we were not able to do this. And to finally be here and be at the point we're about to move to our first duty station is really exciting and really cool. Yeah, we're bummed about getting Virginia. No offense to anyone who lives in Virginia, but we didn't really want to go there. But we're excited to be experiencing this coming together as a whole. So I'm going to end this video. Like I said, we're headed to Fort Eustis. Everything is finishing up. He's finishing AIT right now. He's got about 3.5, 4 weeks left of that. And then we're headed to our first duty station. I've been told so far that he's actually going to get like 10 days off after he finishes AIT. I really hope that's how it works, and he really does get that because I could use him here with his children for a little bit to help me get things situated here before we move to Fort Eustis. I've started looking up housing information, and I've actually been talking to one of the housing people that for on-post housing there because we've made a decision to live on post. It just seems more economical and to work out for us better, I guess. So that's what we're going to do, is do on-post housing. But I will definitely update you guys on that and keep you guys informed with that. I think that's about it as of right now. So I'm going to end this video. Remember, you guys, like I said, key points. If you can get your military, if you are a spouse or a child, go ahead and get your military ID. Don't sit around and wait. I'm telling you, it will help you out so much when you get ready to go to graduation or to go anywhere that you need to go to as far as your spouse or your parent. The military ID will help you out a whole lot. 2, please download Guide-On if you're going to be on post driving. I have to figure out if Guide-On works for different bases or does it just work for Fort Benning. I'm not sure, but Guide-On is a lifesaver. So please go add Guide-On. Let me see if I can actually find the app so you can see what it looks like real fast. Guide-On is a total lifesaver. I'm telling you right now, download Guide-On if you guys have the opportunity because Guide-On helped me like a lot. Like it really helped us figure out where we were going most of the time because we were like totally lost most of the time we were there. This is Guide-On. And so it'll ask you if you want directions, MWR calendars, military supply, cars, homes. And yeah, see up here you can change the location to somewhere different. So you guys go and look that up and download it. It'll help you. It's a total lifesaver. I promise you. It's a lifesaver. Yeah, like I said, my husband finished up AIT. We're about to move to our first duty station. I'm doing better now that whenever my husband's not around now than I was in the beginning. I guess it's kind of, I've gotten a little better at it or whatever. But I try to keep myself busy doing things like painting and just hanging out with my mom, spending time with people I know that I won't see as much whenever we move. Just pretty much so trying to keep myself occupied. And then with the kids are going back to school though on Monday, so it'll be just me at home alone. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to be handling that situation, but I guess we'll work through it as the process goes. But anyway, I'm going to end this video. You guys have a blessed day, afternoon here, because it's like 4:30. And I will definitely get back to you guys with some more information whenever it becomes available. Alright, later. Oh, like, comment, subscribe. Be blessed.